Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to try something completely new. Smartphone gimbals. Recently picked up the DJI Osmo Mobile SE and I'm going to unbox this thing, put it together, install the application, take you on the journey with me. We'll do a little review. Hopefully it ends up with some cool shots. Inside the box you get the Osmo Mobile SE itself, a magnetic foam clamp, a tripod grip, power cable, and some documentation. The device feels pretty solid in your hands, not too heavy, which is a good sign for longer shooting sessions. Setting it up was surprisingly straightforward. The magnetic clamp just attaches to your phone super easy, just snap it on. Then it's a matter of unfolding the gimbal and setting up the application, which is another story I'll get to here in a minute. One of the things I struggled with was getting the application installed. It's not on the App Store. I use a Google Pixel 8 Pro. The QR code just takes you to DJI's website where you have to download the application, and then you have to disable advanced security settings on Android. As a cybersecurity professional, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I did it for the purposes of the video, so we'll see what happens. The tracking on the device is pretty good. It'll recognize the subject in the frame, and when you move around it'll track them automatically and try to stabilize the shot. The app itself is pretty easy to figure out. There's a few modes: picture mode, video mode. There's convenient buttons right on the device itself for tilt and pan, zoom, flipping between front face camera and rear facing camera, horizontal and portrait mode. I struggled with getting the camera balanced correctly so that the gimbal would hold it perfectly horizontal or perfectly vertical. You have to move the clip on the phone around a little bit to get it kind of lined up the way you want it to be. I also found I had to restart the device itself so that it would line back up, or that it would stabilize the phone properly or in the proper orientation from time to time. I found that the device has a little bit of trouble tracking when there's multiple subjects in the frame. On the app you can select the subject in the frame by clicking on them or by drawing a square around them, but that's a little bit more difficult to do when you're not behind the application itself. I struggled at times trying to figure out what mode the camera was in, whether it was in FPV mode or if it was locked onto a specific target or not. It was a little bit difficult to figure out the controls of. These are some of my first shots. I actually struggled quite a bit trying to get it to track different subjects, including myself. I think most of my struggles really just boiled down to being unfamiliar with the application, and as I used it more, I got a little bit more familiar with what was going on. But it definitely took some getting used to. Overall, I thought it was pretty easy to figure it out. The app is pretty intuitive. I probably won't be keeping it installed that way. I might look for maybe alternate applications that work with it. I still need to test and see if it works with other camera applications. I think kind of the general stabilization, as long as you have some of these manual controls here, so I can control the tilt manually myself. I think that makes a lot of difference. The trigger here on the back, it's pretty easy to use. If you want to lock in on a subject, kind of pick a target, click that one time, it'll lock in on that target, and then you can kind of follow that subject around in the video. It's pretty good at tracking them. That's all kind of through the application. I still need to see if it has some of that functionality, in different camera apps, those types of things. But the controls are pretty useful. You have a record, or if you're on photo mode, you just hit the little record button and it'll record for you. Or this, if you're in photo mode, will take a picture. Thanks for checking out my video. I had fun trying to learn how to use the DJI Osmo Mobile SE today. It was definitely a learning experience for me, but I think I'll probably get better at it over time. Thanks again.